Universidad Nacional Autónoma de México. Facultad de Estudios Superiores, Acatlán. History of English, 4th semester.
Hello everybody, this is Israel Nuevo, and within the following minutes I will talk to you about something which I consider is extremely important for any language in the world. It is borrowing words. But first I want to commence by defining this term. What does borrowing words mean? Well, it refers to the words that a speaker from one language borrows from another one. However, according to Jonathan Culpeper, he says that they are not borrowed and then they are given back. He says that they are copied and kept. This happens due to the fact that peoples and cultures mix, they blend. So during this process of interaction, they tend to exchange language, religion, and costumes, among other things. You may wonder why I decided to record this video, and the answer is very simple. The Norman invasion was a crucial fact in England's history and language. Another reason is because as we are learners of a language, we need to know, or we are obliged to know, the roots and the origins of the words that we are studying. During this conquest, the Norman language was considered to be ornamental, luxurious, sophisticated, smart, so it became the language that the aristocracy spoke. Towards the end of the 11th century, there was an event that had the biggest influence, the biggest effect in the history of England, in the history of English as a language. This event was the Norman invasion.
In this map we can see a red part. That red part corresponds to the place where the Normans lived. And the arrows represent how they traveled to the islands to conquer them. At that time there was a king, William the Conqueror. He was the leader of these people, the Normans. So he made the decision to go and to conquer the British Isles.
During this period, there was a large number of words that the English took from the Normans. Words such or words related to military, to cuisine, to law, to architecture, to arms, to many things. A vocabulary which right now is part of the modern English. However, it is not English as it, because it is from French. If you see, as a native speaker of Spanish, they are very similar to our language. Why? Because they come from the same root, from Latin as well as Spanish.
Jonathan Culpeper, in 2005, in his book History of English, says that some estimate that over 10,000 words were adopted from French during this period. These are some of the words related to the government that still remain in modern English. We have mayor, minister, parliament, judge, liberty, jury, prison, among others. Now we have some of the words that are related to politics and economics. For example, tax, money, finance, treasure, exchequer, commerce, liberalism, capitalism, materialism, nationalism. These are some words that comes from French related to arts: music, theater, stage, perform, melody, trumpet, director, portrait, dance, author, paint, harmony, rhythm, note, gallery, collage. These are words that are related to cuisine: beef, mutton, pastry, corn, fondue, couscous, casserole, mustard, beef, souffle, gutter, custard, marmalade, mayonnaise, confit, sauce, pork, croissant, cream, fondant, merged, grass, routine, terrain. In the same way, we have some months of the year: January, March, May, July, November, December. These months also came from French, as well as these colors: beige, blue, violet, scarlet, maroon, orange, turquoise, cerise. A large number of French borrowings had originally come from Latin. There were also several thousand direct Latin borrowings into English, particularly towards the end of the Middle English period. Most of these were from areas such as religion, science, law, and literature. Example: scripture, client, conviction, library, scribe, dissolve, quadrant, medicine, altar. However, it wasn't until the Renaissance in the 16th century that borrowings from Latin took off.
As you saw, with these examples, we can give us an idea about the influence that the French had over the English. Influence in everything. Influence in cuisine, influence in government, influence in military services, influence in education, influence in religion. That's why this is considered one of the most important periods of the history of English as a language. These words, which we consider sophisticated, modern, luxurious, these words remained in the modern English. However, we don't use them very often. And we don't use them very often because as I told you, these words were used for the government. These words were used for the aristocracy, something which just a few had the opportunity to go in. However, or by another hand, we must bear in mind that if we want to make an essay, we want to write poetry or a poem, you want to write a letter to someone, and you want to be very respectful, you need to use this vocabulary. Yes, this vocabulary is the one that you need to get your goals. It's not the same to say chicken than poultry. It's not the same to say, can I ask you a question? Or can I inquire you something? So, for the next time that you have the opportunity or you were asked to write an essay, a report or something, take this into account. This vocabulary is more formal, more stylish, more ornamental, because this vocabulary is the one that you need to use in those kind of essays. Thank you very much. My name is Israel Nuevo, and it was a real pleasure to be here with me, sharing this piece of history in the language of English.